Cool. All right. Let's start by looking at the analytics here. Okay. So more possession. They had a lot of shots on us. That's something we'll talk about. More corners, more free kicks. We had more passes, which is good. We've talked about possession. Let's see our passing. Okay, in the middle, that's not bad. Okay, actually, it's in the back. What's the difference between these? Pass location, possession location. Okay, I'm not really sure why those are different. Um, yeah. Okay, that's actually not so bad, but it's not great. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so it should be from now on that we take this note. There will always be this space in between. Where are we? There will always be this space in between the winger and the defender on the opposite team. So that's really where I want that ball to go on the kickoff. So we don't have to go back. We can go forward. If we do go back, that's also not so bad because that'll attract them. And then even this run in here is great because this player will come and press. So I want that ball through. Okay. We keep getting lost in our half when we start.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Right. And then you hear that's me saying I don't want to go back, but it's too late now. Okay. You can see here, I think that's Omar. He's open. Savannah just a little slow to react there. Okay.
Hey, move the ball. Omar, behind us.
Okay. We actually, I think we started off really well, except Felipe is not really paying attention here. Okay. That's good. Okay. Let's push this open so I can see the whole field here. That way we can kind of see the issues. Okay. So, Eduardo, when you're playing that defense role, okay, since you're on the call. Okay. I want us thinking about, and we spoke about this. Oh, wait, no. That we really want to split the field into force. Okay. And the defense should be on the back line of the fourth of 1/4 back. Okay. So the ball is here, which means both of our defenders should be in. Okay. It's on the far side here. So that would be the strong side. So Eduardo, you're now on the weak side. So we got to shift in here. Okay. That's where we should be. And we're not in that formation. And that ends up costing us a lot because now the whole team has no support. Okay. And then that leaves this player completely open. And it's just the effect that happens. Okay. Again, Eduardo just out of position there. Okay. And this is what we're going to work on a lot this week on Wednesday and Friday. Good. Okay. And then it's the same thing here, right? So we draw that line. Okay. The wingers should be on the fourth. One-fourth away at the edge. So if the ball is in our first, then we got to be at the second here. Okay. And now with the center mid, they're playing on this line here in between. Okay. And they're able to connect everyone. And then our forward is playing in that third line there. And we'll be seeing that we're out of position in most situations, right? Savannah's open there. Yeah, that's really good defending though, Eduardo. Okay, good save.
Quickly, quickly, quickly.
Okay, so now Savannah, you should be running all the way to your edge because we're on the first here. Okay. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us a lot of space. The closer together that we are, the closer together that they are, and the less space we have to play. So if we can exactly right here, Savannah, we've now look at how much space we've opened. And now we've opened up this space for the center midfield to be moving around. Okay. This is really good by Omar there to shift. Good. And Mert's in a fine spot too. And now the race becomes who can move into the space. Okay. Who can find a passing lane the best? Okay. Just a bad pass there. And I think when we start doing that better, right? And then pushing up instead of walking up, then we'll start to have a lot more success. And we'll be able to find the open player. Because here's something really cool that we can understand. Okay. We always now have an advantage because we use our goalkeeper. So it's 7 against 6 at this point. And when we stop using our goalkeeper, when we stop using the goalkeeper, then we're now even. So in order to get more an advantage, we have to use our goalkeeper to have a numerical advantage there. Okay, I'll let you watch for a little bit.
Andre, that's the ball. Watch your runner. You go behind you. Quickly.
Okay. And we can wait, right? Instead of going here where it's a 2v1, right? Felipe is wide open. We can reset and now we can start to keep possession. Okay. Because we should be winning all of our 1v1 duels with the amount of 1v1s that we do. And the more space that we give ourselves, the better we're going to be, the better off. Okay, and that's Savannah. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so if we start there, okay. See, we have to scan for our player. Okay. Now you're scanning, but now you're not in between him and the net, right? So if we draw a line between him and the net, that's where you need to be. Okay. Right. And that's how he gets in front of you there. Okay. And again, Eduardo, we're walking. So now there's a gap and we can't go back. So if we go back here, right? And now Mert finds himself in trouble, right? 3 against 2, but there's no help. So he can't go all the way back, right? So again, if we think about it and we cut it, where is it? There. Okay. We should be, the ball is in zone 4. We, as the center, as the defenders, should be small in zone at the edge of zone 3. Does that make sense? Yes? Just keep.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good. Okay. Because now we're just dribbling into nothing. And when we lose the ball, we're in trouble. All right. So then, Savannah, now you know to go into zone 3, which you are right now. And then we shift. Good. That's good. Not bad. Okay. Just a misplaced pass. Okay. Good block. Okay. And I think next week, this weekend, we have our game. Right? Oh, no. Sorry. Next weekend. Never mind. Okay. But right. So here's the problem, right? This is a perfect example. We're not on the edge. So now this player has a lot of space. And now when that ball, that's where we should be. And if we were there, we would have been able to keep possession really well. But it's a little late, right? So now we're panicking. Okay, I do have to say that our defending isn't bad. Okay. 1v1 defending isn't bad. I think it's a decision making in the back and just not using the goalkeeper enough. Now, I will take a little bit of the blame here because I did say that I didn't want to play in our half, but we do have to remember that we have to play possession, right? Okay. And that 1v1 is the problem, right? So this is not something that should happen. And the reason it shouldn't happen is because we're 4-against-1. So that means that the forward is pressing. That means that players are completely open, right? So there should never be a situation where the defenders need to take on someone. It just shouldn't happen because we have an advantage, right? And if this player comes in and he decides to come in from there, and this player comes in, then now our player is wide open here, right? Or it's a 4v2 and we can pass across, right? So there should never be a situation where our defender is taking on players 1v1. Okay, because we'll always have an advantage no matter what. Right? So this player comes out, which means Omar is now free. But again, we try that 1v1. And of course, it doesn't work. Okay, this is not, remember what we spoke about, and again, we'll talk about it this week, is in zone 1 and zone 2. This is where we sound the alarm. This is trouble. We don't want to be here. Okay, we don't want to do 1v1s here. So we have to wait until zone 3 or 4 to take on players 1v1. And ideally, we really want to try and get into zone 4 before we do 1v1s. Whoops. Oops, cancel. Can you still see? Yeah, okay, good. Right. Let's see what happened there. Okay, just not staying on our players. Okay, right. So instead of finding the open pass, yeah, that's what we're struggling with there. Okay, so that's a really good ball, and I'll show you why. Okay. Mert is playing the ball into the space. So there is a space, and this is what we spoke about at the kickoff, right? Here, there. So there's a space in between, and that's where that ball is going, right? And because Felipe is in front, that ball's going to get to Felipe first. Okay, so there we go. It's a great pass. And then now Mert's walking and Eduardo's walking. So we can't go backwards. Okay, we do score here. But again, it's the positioning. And the most important part here is this gap. Look at this gap here. We have no help. And players like Mert, Eduardo, who can shoot, they should be up here so that we can reset for the shot, because a shot from here, from zone, a shot from the edge of zone 3 and 4 is really where we want this line. Anything in front of this line, zone 4, sorry, that's really where we want to shoot from, right? So if we can push up here for a pass back to attack and hit, that's really the ideal situation here. That's just not aggressive enough. It's a good ball. But again, look at how we're walking, right? So here's what we're doing when we're walking. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay. When that ball goes there and we're walking, what does that give the opponent here?
Time.
Time and
Space.
space, right? So by not coming into their half, the most that we can win this ball is in our half, which is not what we want. So when that ball is in their half, that's when we work the hardest. Okay. And that is where we want to win that ball. Okay, look. Completely open, completely open. And we've got cover in the back. Okay. There's no reason to freak out there. Okay. But we have to start charging and pressing. That's good. Excellent. Okay. Just a bad pass. Okay. So again, Savannah should be in zone 3. So should now Eduardo. Okay. But we're in zone 2. Savannah's going there. Okay. We can see that he has lots of space, right? That's good. Okay. But now instead of Mason pushing up and opening the back pass, okay, right? Because again, completely open, right? We decide to go long into 1, 2, 3 players and hope for the best. Okay, which we don't get. and then a turnover. That's good defending, leading with the arm first. Okay, so Eduardo again, wrong position there. Yeah, that wasn't a good ball. That wasn't in between the two players. And again, defense walking. So let's talk about this again here when they have the goal kick. Okay, so let's draw our zones. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. What we're looking for here is that the forward drops into zone 4. We want zone 3 to be where our midfielders are. Okay. And they're always behind. Okay. We've got cover here, so we're good. Okay. And if there's no one here, which I guess there isn't for some reason, I think they're subbing, then we can push up as well. Okay. Oops. Okay, so again, instead of finding the open player, which is right here, Omar, right? We're taking a risk and going into a 4v1, right? Which makes no sense there. And Omar was completely open. Yeah, it's a good shot. Good. Okay. I think that's enough of this.